Hey, what up, YouTube? I am live on Twitch right now, doing reaction videos and stuff like that. And, now we're doing, the horrifying transformation of Doja Cat. Whether you love her or you hate her, she's always the topic of the discussion, whether you think she's a Satanist or whether you think she's just doing as a big internet troll, she's doing the thing and she's at the top. Okay, Mocha. And she's she's at the top, the music industry, doing great. She dropped a pretty cool album, recently. I did enjoy the album. I think she was spitting her shit, and I did appreciate it. She knows the internet presence. She's definitely a very big internet girl. So it's like I think she kind of knows how to manipulate the internet and kind of talk. She was in the racial chat room showing feet. So I'm super hyped. Let's see what my boy Patrick CC. I've watched a few videos of him, and then also seeing other people react to stuff. So I'm down with this. Like I said, it's something that about somebody I know and enjoy. So let's go. It's gonna be the horrifying transformation of Doja Cat.
Doja Cat has evolved from a bubbly pink pop princess to an edgy, dark, and honestly confusing artist. Now, celebrities
she do be looking crazy as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
To standards that are
but that's the image. That's just how she be.
A celebrity just gives up, disregards all societal standards, and starts acting in a way where you have no idea if what you are looking at is real or fake. What the fuck? We have to acknowledge from the beginning that everything in Doja Cat's career could be one orchestrated marketing stunt, or we could actually be witnessing someone descending into madness. Doja Cat's superpower is that she knows the internet very well. She knows what type of humor the internet
she does know the internet very well.
She knows what will cause controversy, and she has continuously exploited that throughout her career. She obtained this knowledge by being essentially raised by the internet. I definitely didn't like to leave my room. I don't know if I was agoraphobic, but I definitely thought that I was at the time. It was very hard for me to go outside. According to Doja, she would skip school for days at a time, spending endless hours in various online chat rooms. She claims that she was often a victim of online bullying.
You out here making me miss the video. You talking about we talking about the racial chat rooms right now.
Very hard for me to go outside. According to Doja, she would skip school for days at a time, spending endless hours in various online chat rooms. She claims that she was often a victim of online bullying, but this allowed her to develop a thick
online bullying for what? Word to my boy Tyler, the creator. How you get cyberbullied? All you got to do is just go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really see like cyberbullying. Is I get it. Like when nowadays, I definitely get it because it's like Twitter is a powerful fucking place. Twitter is getting people's jobs taken, people's kids taken, like a bunch of shit. So it's like most of the time, rightfully so. So it's like I don't know, but it's like what the hell was she doing back then when she was in high school that she was getting cyberbullied? These are the questions we gotta ask.
Skin and join in on the fun through her own offensive rhetoric. So I became the person who would often make offensive jokes and do things sort of out of the box. From the slapstick comedy of E-Bomb's world to the hyperconnectivity of MySpace, as well as the edgy, politically incorrect depths of 4chan, Doja developed a fascination with internet culture.
Oh, she was deep in them trenches.
Come back to haunt her. I was very into
deep in them trenches. She was on 4chan.
It was maybe around 11th grade that I figured that this is what I really wanted to do. Performing in music was all I ever cared about. She eventually dropped out of school at 16 and spent all of her free time making music and sharing it online. Her track So High was uploaded in November of 2012.
That's a good ass song. That's how I found about her.
The only time Doja would leave her house was to network with other musicians in the underground LA scene. Verby S, a rapper, promoter, and radio host in LA, helped book Doja's first ever show at an event he founded dubbed the Banana Showcase.
You like your highness? Why you always buying that fly? Why you gotta check them tyrants? And why you shut it down?
Bro, that fit.
Although most of you know Doja as a pop star,
that fit. It's like I want to call it crazy, but that's really how we was dressing. In that 2012, 2011, 2015 era, that party rock style, like looking like somebody straight out of LMFAO. Like, bro, like we was really like niggas was really out here dressing like this. Like this was normal. This was stripped to people. And I'm so happy we're past this shit because that shit was awful. That shit was awful.
She was initially trying to be a rapper. When they were developing her,
so
I was like
bad.
a live performance coach and rap coach, Verbies recalled. I would play her hella hip-hop videos and we'd freestyle. She was phenomenal. She didn't really need me, but I just happened to be there. Yeti Beats was a producer that heard So High and was blown away. He connected Doja with industry executives, resulting in Doja signing with Kimosabe Records, an imprint of RCA Records founded by record producer and songwriter Dr. Luke while she was just 17 years old. This deal also came with a temporary artist management partnership with Rock Nation. Through Kimosabe, Doja released her debut EP, Her, with the track So High being re-released as her solo commercial
This is exactly
single.
what I know her from.
It seemed like
That's
Doja
where I
was
found
about
her.
to explode into the mainstream.
But I did
Luke
think she was a meme
mistake she
rapper.
could
I
have
didn't think
never
she was serious.
foreseen. In 2014, Dr. Luke gained widespread media attention after Kesha filed a lawsuit against him. She accused Dr. Luke of sexual, physical, and emotional abuse over the course of several years, starting when she was 18. She also claimed that Dr. Luke was intentionally sabotaging her career. Kesha also sought to be released from her recording contract with
Not somebody you want to be
Records.
under.
This
Okay,
case
it's good.
was
I don't think
huge
Doja's with
news,
him
with
anymore, so
hashtag
that's
Free
good.
Kesha becoming a movement on
that
social
was
media.
definitely a big thing.
Coincidentally, Doja Cat's career came to a screeching halt as soon as Kesha's lawsuit was filed. Rapper Wale wanted to take Doja on his 30-city Simply Nothing tour across the USA, giving her some much-needed exposure to a mainstream audience.
Shout out Wale, you know, he's a good DC rapper, but you know, he's got the ego
Doja
of
never
death.
made any allegations
Crazy
against Dr.
ego.
Luke. But is it a stretch to assume that Dr. Luke was more focused on fighting this lawsuit than helping his new signee with her career? Because Doja took a 3.5-year break from releasing music. In the music industry, they call this being shelved, which is when a label signs you, holds you in a contract, but doesn't do anything to help your career.
And she actually came back from it.
Shelf to
Hey,
collect
shit.
dust.
Good
She
for
kept
her.
money
She
rolling
came
in by
back.
doing whatever live performances possible, like doing a mini tour with the Thelius London in 2015, as well as a short tour with Lizzo in 2017.
What the fuck happened to Thelius? I didn't know that's how you even said his name. I just called him Theo. But what the hell happened to him? What happened to Yellow Wolf? You know, there's a lot of people from that era that just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. Like, what are they doing now? I was just listening to One Train today, and then Yellow Wolf came up, and I was like, bro, what the fuck happened to him? He was just saying he was, you know, on the top list of white rappers, and it's like, bro, fucking G-Eazy outlived you. Like, what's going on?
17.
I don't know.
Doja even turned down a
I didn't know
feature on
Lizzo was
Billie
making music
Eilish's
that back.
2017 hit single Bellyache. Fans would see Doja often
I was
on
out of
Periscope
touch on this
Live
side. I
cooking
was
up
like
songs in her
deep in my
bedroom,
rap
but she
bag.
had no intentions on releasing them until 2018.
I was not in my
Her
pop
comeback
bag
in
at all.
2018 involved her ditching the rapper career path and aesthetic. She instead followed the typical pop star formula of selling sex through music. She debuted tracks like Roll With Us, Go to Town, and Candy, along with her 13-track album, Amala. But a lot of these songs fell on deaf ears. Kimosabe Records didn't do any marketing for her, didn't get her interviews, nor were they putting her on major festivals. She was watching her career fly by and reached a moment where she had nothing left to lose. One night on an Instagram Live with her core group of 60 fans watching, she made a masterpiece meme that would change her life. Producer Troy Noka sent her a sample of Wes Montgomery's Polka Dots and Moonbeams, asking her to make a beat for his album. At the time, she'd just received a cow costume in the mail. Doja hopped on Instagram Live and began writing Moo with her fans.
Hey, it
6
worked.
hours later, Doja and her fans wrote a song about her being a cow. But the silly song needed a silly music video. I opened up Photo Booth on my laptop and used the green screen feature with a green sheet that I hadn't used since I was 12, that was buried in the depths of my closet. I tacked it to a wall with a hammer, right over my mirror, and used some LED Christmas lights to light everything. The crappy lighting and terrible quality green
who
screen
would have
combined
thought?
with a song that
Good
is
for her.
intentionally
No,
bad
because it's
was
like
the
realistically,
perfect thing
like
to release in
she
summer
ain't
of
give up.
2018. When
Right
we were
now,
at
like I
the
said, she's
peak of
probably one of the
Lil Pump,
biggest.
Bad Baby, Lil Xan, Boom
She's one of
Gang,
the
Woah
biggest,
Vicky, Supreme Patty, Lil Tay, Instagram clout wave. Doja Cat's Moo music video fit right in this universe
what the
because
fuck?
people thought
The
she
Lil
was
Tay
just
shit
a
recently was,
new
oh my
quirky
God.
YouTuber who had a green screen and got bored. The music
Yeah,
video
no,
for Moo
I think
garnered over
that's what it
5
was
million views
though,
in 2
wasn't
weeks
it?
and
You know,
went
she was just kind of
extremely
fucking
viral
up,
on
like
every
just doing
social
it.
media platform. But when people looked
That's, like,
deeper,
good for
they
her.
realized she was an extremely talented pop artist with a record deal who had an entire album she just released a few months ago. Most people who go viral are not ready for a full-blown music career. Doja was more prepared than ever, and she was able to immediately capitalize on it. But first, she had to make some apologies.
Doja look great now, but you know, that thick Doja, that was a different, you know, that's a different
to which
era.
she immediately responded by admitting she has used the word over 15,000 times in her life, then saying, "I don't think I hate gay people. Gay is
15,000? I mean, you know, if you're saying it that many times, you know, it might be a little bit of hatred. I know, you know, back then, like, you know, times was different, you know, and it's like, you know, like it wasn't like that crazy to say that word. But 15,000 times, like you counted that? Is that an estimate? Like, do you know you said it that many times? Like, how do you know? Because you know, you were like, you could have been exaggerating, but like saying like 15, but you said roughly, which means you kind of have an estimate. So you kind of know that you was just wilding out, was just dropping it after every like sentence. I don't know, Doja. You might have a little bit of hate in your heart.
Okay. Obviously, this didn't go over well, and she issued a more formal apology the next day. This had no impact on her career and momentum, but it would not be the last time she would have to apologize for her past.
She was in the
Now that she
chat
went
room
viral on her own, her label decided to support her. She embarked on a 23-city tour 1 month later, and was finally getting interviews from Billboard, Genius, and Vlad TV. She rolled out a big single alongside Rico Nasty called Tia Tamara, which maintained a lighthearted and fun approach to her music. Doja understood that fans loved the satire and goofiness of Moo, but she ultimately wanted to be taken seriously as a musician. A lot of artists that blow up off memes have a hard time being taken seriously, but the music industry was craving more female talent, and Doja was ready to fill that niche. Her debut single Juicy alongside Tyga debuted at number 83 on the Hot 100, her first entry on the charts. It would
I've heard that song plenty of times, but I've never heard Tyga. I swear to God, I've never heard Tyga.
Her second studio album, Hot Pink, was an overtly girly, bubbly, sexy record that complemented her fun energy while still remaining professional. Say So wasn't rolled out as a single, but sparked a dance trend on TikTok. All the biggest influencers like Charli D'Amelio and James Charles helped skyrocket this song.
Definitely one of the first big
prompted a remix
TikTok
featuring
songs.
Nicki Minaj. As it gained steam, she tweeted, "If Say So hits number 1, I'll show you guys my boobs really hard." This tweet made headlines, some making fun of her desperation to go number 1, but then it worked.
She knows
Say So peaked at number 1.
That is how the internet works. She knows, like I said, she's an internet person. She knows how to get the people going.
To reach number 1 on the US singles chart.
I just realized I have to show my boobs real hard. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I did play you. I'm not showing my boobs real hard, man.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure she has.
Played.
People online were furious that she broke her promise. She's messing with the simps. Trust me, the simps will overpower her and eventually
Not the
expose something bad about
incels
her.
was coming
This
about her.
couldn't have been more right. A few days
Damn,
later, a
okay,
Twitter
it was
user
right.
resurfaced an old video of Doja in what they claimed was an alt-right chat room. On a website called Tiny Chat, Doja is seen wiggling and writhing while making sexual noises and advances towards other people in the chat before dropping the hard R.
Her shirt reminds me of a baby duck.
Not only
Patrick, I cannot believe you kept that in the video. But I mean, obviously you censored it, but still, I can't believe it. But I mean, we know Doja likes white. You know, she likes white men. You know, as much as like, you know, people call love her, she does love it. But you know, she can love who she loves. You know, at the end of the day, that's life. You can love who you love. You know, but was she trying to impress maybe somebody in here? Maybe, but like, who knows? At the end of the day, you know, like, but I don't know. Like I said, I know people got mad because, you know, she said the hard R, but it's like, and I don't know. It's not. I guess it's not really my place to say, because as another biracial person, it's not really my place. So I don't know. I'll keep that to myself.
was she acting really strange, but the other people in the
All
hall
right, never
were
mind, that's
using
weird.
blatantly racist rhetoric. This was Doja's
weird.
response.
That's weird.
In this video, I'm being completely f***ing blackout drunk and completely f***ing dumb.
In regards to people being racist in the chat room, this was her response.
You know what I do
Were other people being
understand
racist too? I
is
thought it was
that
just her.
There is racism that happens across Tiny Chat. And there is racism that happens across Instagram. There's racism that happens across Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
This happens everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It just happens more on Tiny Chat because it's not as monitored. When you see racist on Tiny Chat, it's because people aren't paying attention. I've seen it, and I know that I've been targeted by it, but the narrative
it's not
that
okay.
it's a white supremacist chat is completely incorrect.
But it didn't stop there.
It's definitely
Fans
not.
also
Yeah,
discovered
I
a
don't think it
2015
is.
song
I think it's
Doja
kinda like
recorded
Omegle.
called Didn't Do Nuffin. Didn't Do Nuffin is a racist term that originated on Poll, which is an abbreviation for politically incorrect. An anonymous board on 4chan.
All right,
dedicated to
Doja, man,
current
you know,
events and
I didn't know you was in this
political
deep.
discussion. This board has a reputation as a breeding ground
I knew you was
for
unfortunate, but
beliefs
you
and
were
unapologetically
deep.
grotesque takes. The term Didn't Do Nuffin is derived from the phrase didn't do nothing, a plea of innocence often used in reference to unarmed black men killed by police. The term was used to mock and criticize the black community during the Black
So I
Lives
definitely
Matter
knew about this.
Hashtags like Doja Cat is over party and only clans began trending on Twitter. People believe that the chat room video and controversial song indicated a pattern of Doja's racist behavior. Not long after these conversations started, Doja issued a formal apology in which she acknowledged her involvement in the chat rooms, but also debunked the narrative that she's anti-black. She also jumped on an Instagram Live for 30 minutes where she gave a concise explanation.
When I used it, it was because I was in chat rooms all the time and I was kind of locked away, and I was always on there just dealing with people coming at me left and right, talking about different slanderous terms.
So my thing about that, you know, they said earlier, you know, Patrick brought it up earlier, I guess like she would skip school so she could be in these chat rooms. You're not really locked away. I mean, you know, you're not really locked away if you're purposely going on. That's kind of like what I'm saying about, like, you know, what Tyler's saying, like, how could you be cyberbullied? And if she's on this site and they're doing that, if she's on this site and they're bullying her and they're being racist towards her, treating her like shit, why the fuck would you go back on there? That is kind of bullshit in my opinion. You know, that's kind of bullshit, because it's like, why would you even go on there? It's like, if these people were talking so bad, I know you said you got a thick coat of skin, but it's like, if that really affected you, all you gotta do, bro, there's plenty of like chat sites like where you can go. Like I just said, when Omegle is like the most common one. Is it weird? Yeah. Like I said, I never really use like chat sites, so it's like, I don't know, but like, dude, like there's way better options. You could have been just saying you've locked yourself and you were forcing yourself into being on Tiny Chat. Like, come on now.
After another. The term that I used in the song is one that I learned that day. So people were calling me it left and right, and
calling you didn't do nothing?
I used it in a song, and it was to kind of take back and just say f you to those people.
But again, this would not be the last time
I
Doja's
don't know if I
internet past
believe
would
that.
come back to haunt her.
I don't know.
Fortunately for Doja, her ever-growing list of accomplishments shined bright over any controversy she endured. Although her Hot Pink tour was postponed, she performed at the 2020 MTV Music Awards, where she won the award for Best New Artist. Following performances on both The Tonight Show and Jimmy Kimmel Live, her feature on the album track Motive from Ariana Grande's 2020 album Positions peaked at number 32 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, becoming both her highest debut and second ever top 40 entry. Later that year, Doja performed at the 2020 MTV Europe Music Awards, where she won the award for Best New Act. She went on to win the New Artist of 2020 and New Artist of the Year at the 46th People's Choice Awards and the 2020 American Music Awards, respectively. Billboard ranked Doja Cat number 5 on both the Top New Artist of 2020 and Top Female Artist.
Fucking Roddy Ricch. I hope he can come back, because I mean, dude, that first album was really good. Like, he has it in him, but I don't know.
2020
Sorry
charts.
for pausing.
She ranked atop Rolling Stone's list of the 10 biggest breakthrough artists of 2020, following a 300% increase in her on-demand audio streams in the US. Forbes also named Doja one of the top breakout stars of 2020, while including her on the annual 30 Under 30 list. She was also nominated for 3 different awards at the 63rd
She was winning off of Say So.
In 2021, she continued to absolutely dominate. She toned down the bright, colorful costumes and pink-dyed hair for a muted, mature aesthetic. She released several hits, including Best Friend featuring Saweetie, 34 plus 35 with Megan Thee Stallion and Ariana Grande, as well as Streets, all of which peaked within the top 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. In the spring of 2021, Doja released Kiss Me More featuring SZA. This collaboration reached top 5 in 18 different countries, received critical acclaim, and captured Doja her first Grammy for Best Pop Duo / Group Performance. But with all the success, she claimed she didn't enjoy it.
So
I don't have any new music. Like, just have fun and like just jam and like make some shit. Like, I haven't done that in maybe 5 years, feels like. Yeah, I made my album, put it out, but that's like a requirement. Like,
is she
It's easy to understand
she breaking
musicians
down?
Can experience burnout due to demanding schedules, late night
But
performances.
no, they be working her ass. She was on a
frequent
crazy
travel,
long
repetitive
tour from what I
interviews.
heard.
There's an intense pressure to consistently deliver
Like, I think that's kind of like,
whether
yeah,
in
she,
live
I mean, I don't
settings
know.
or in the studio.
I feel like that's why she kind of like lost a lot of
had
weight.
to make her album led people
She was
to
working
believe there
like
was drama
heavy.
with her and Dr. Luke. Maybe she felt a lack of control over her career. Her saying that she hasn't made music for fun led people to believe her label wanted her to make formulaic pop music so they can bring in millions. This pressure, combined with the endless amount of scrutiny and negativity online, having to constantly apologize for wrongdoings, likely made Doja feel like this whole music industry is smoke and mirrors. Her potential descent into madness was beginning. Are you drinking water? In March of 2020, Doja traveled to Paraguay for their annual
Sorry, Patrick,
Festival,
I'm not drinking water. I'm drinking Mountain Dew Mystic
due
Punch.
to severe weather conditions, which included flooding and thunderstorms. Doja's hotel location was leaked, and fans, eager to see their favorite musician, piled up outside the hotel hoping for her to come out. Eventually, fans grew frustrated when Doja failed to acknowledge them, both in person and on social media. While fans aren't entitled to Doja's time outside of when she's scheduled to perform, her seemingly self-absorbed tweets the following day caused a justified uproar on social media. The next day, Doja checked out of her hotel and tweeted, "There was a storm in Paraguay, the show got cancelled. When I left the next morning, there wasn't one person outside the hotel waiting for me." After a flurry of backlash, she said, "I don't give a," followed by, "This ain't for me, so I'm out. Y'all take care," before changing her Twitter name to "I quit." Her reaction to this situation that was totally out of her control.
I think
one,
it just got to her head.
Legitimately sick and tired of the pressure of this industry, or two, she is just a snobby, childish brat ungrateful for her career. Doja's response to criticism has always been the same since day one. She would initially respond sarcastically, and when that response garnered more criticism, she'd finally take the situation seriously and issue a formal apology. However, the secondary apologies always felt insincere, since her genuine feelings toward the topic were always displayed during those initial responses.
Yeah, it kind of is hard to.
Where she made a huge.
It kind of is hard to, apologize when
the 17-year-old star of Stranger Things.
Ain't he under fire anyways? Like, don't people don't like him?
Another cast member who she had been lusting over on Twitter. Noah posted the DMs thinking it was a silly joke, only for Doja to get really angry about it.
That Noah did that, like went and posted a private conversation
TikTok
between me and him, is so unbelievably like socially unaware.
All right, and that's why you don't do it on TikTok. Go on Instagram Live.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like borderline snake. That's like weasel. That's what I'm saying. It's not that deep. It's just
they
that
spending
he's
money
like
on her
a
right
very
now.
dumb kid.
Doja assumed people would automatically take her side since Noah exposed their private messages. However, many people saw it as her trashing an innocent 17-year-old. What she said in the DMs was already public knowledge, and when Twitter users told her that she was overreacting to this small conflict, she played the victim and responded in an insincere, sarcastic tone. "Y'all are so cringe and lame, and nobody wants to hang with you. That's why y'all be on here unironically writing replies to that makes you mad." Doja is clearly fed up with the negativity that comes with fame. Whether her controversies are self-inflicted or not, she was done with the expectations, done with petty drama, done with apologies, done trying to appease anyone but herself, and now it was her turn to control the narrative. She started by shaving her head bald. Then she went on Instagram Live and shaved her eyebrows. During the live, she said, "I feel like I was never supposed to have hair anyway." Whenever female celebrities randomly shave their head, people quickly assume that they have gone crazy, especially after the world witnessed Britney Spears infamously shave her head while having a mental breakdown in 2007. But when she attended Paris Fashion Week, people second-guessed her intentions. Doja collaborated with makeup artist Pat McGrath to create a strapless red dress, while she was covered head to toe in 30,000 crimson red crystals. The look took almost 5 hours to complete, and while some people shrugged it off as just another crazy fashion choice for the sake of shock value, others made Illuminati conspiracy theories that she was
I hate that shit.
More than symbolism
it's
for the
so
demonic
corny when people do
industry.
that with like
you can
artists.
even say Doja's fashion antics are
like I would say like Lady Gaga, like she used to do that all the time.
2000s. Then again, they said that Gaga was in the Illuminati as well. Little did we know, putting together a creative or potentially shocking ensemble for Fashion Week became one of the least bizarre things Doja does. Doja announced that she planned on returning to her rap roots for her upcoming 4th studio album. She wanted to diverge from the pink and soft things and pop and glittery sounds that defined her career up until now. Her song Attention piqued some interest in the rap world, but fans who'd become accustomed to Doja's pop records were expressing their disappointment on social media, leading to Doja tweeting, "My comment section on IG used to only be positive."
That's the thing about like some music fans. Like there are a lot of music fans that only listen to one type of music. There's people that just listen to straight rap though. Like, oh, I want this rapping Doja. This is what I want. And there's people that like love pop music and like love the, like the more fun, girly, upbeat, bad bitch like music, like and stuff like that. They don't really want to like listen to like to the rap and stuff, you know, like somebody spitting, like, and it's like, I get it, you know, everybody has it, but it's like, you got to kind of be open, you know, with an artist. It's just like, Yachty trying something new this year, you know, even with Uzi, even though I think he's kind of, he kind of is when it comes to like his rock stuff, but you know, like he you know, and then Cardi as well, you know, it's experimental, you know, you let artists experiment, or we're gonna get people that sound the same. You know, we just complained about the baby. People were complaining about Lil Baby right now, you know, and it's like there's plenty of artists that, you know, sound the same because they try to stick to that similar roots, like that just made them popular, and they don't want to expand a little bit. You know, that's why I can, like, you know, like I can really like appreciate some artists that, you know, are willing to go ahead and try something different than for the sake of just being safe. I like that because, you know, at the end of the day, they have respect for their craft and they have the respect for music and they want to go ahead and try something different. And that's not to say, because I know people say like, oh, well, why does it have to be that, you know, you can't respect hip hop or rap? And it's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. And that's not what most people are saying. It's just that sometimes people just like doing different music and they like being seen like as like, you know, like somebody who has like, they like being somebody who's like not one dimensional basically. Cause it's like, you know, obviously it's like we have legends like, you know, Jay-Z and Nas and stuff like that, you know, where it's like, you know, they're strictly rappers basically. And it's like, you know, we still think they're great artists and people like that. Even Cole, you know, Drake, you know, and you know he's more of in that mixed bag as well because he switches stuff up. But you know, he's also there, you know, as a, you know, people consider just a rapper and stuff of that nature. So it's like I really dislike when people do stuff like that. Yeah, I just really kind of dislike when people do stuff like this because it's like, what's the point? Like, you're upset that they want to try something new. If you don't like the music, if you genuinely listen to it and you don't like it, cool, that's all right. You can always go listen to the old stuff, and most likely, you know, they're probably gonna sprinkle in some of that stuff in their music anyways. Her album, when she dropped it, it's like half like the more popular rap stuff, and then like more serious rap stuff, like Soul Neo style, I'll say. And you know, that's why I appreciate it. It's like me personally, I like the Soul Neo style a little bit more, except for the singles. I like the singles. The singles are cool, stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I said, just be more open as a music listener. Just be open. Don't just down somebody because you're like, oh, I don't want to listen to you rap. I like you singing. I like you doing your poppy stuff. Let's dance. Like, you know, let somebody try something new. Let them try it. All right. I've been yapping
because I was doing what everyone wanted me to do, and I love that I can see through all the bull now. She clarified that it wasn't anything personal, but was discontent cranking out digestible pop hits for children on Twitter to get into fights about. She tweeted, "Planet Her and Hot Pink were cash grabs, and y'all fell for it. Now I can go disappear somewhere and touch grass with my loved ones on an island while y'all weep for mediocre pop." People were feeling regret for having ever supported
and it's not true. Her music, she has catchy songs.
Most of
like,
the
it's not mediocre
love
pop.
is a highly
there's a lot of mediocre pop out there.
Product that is scientifically engineered for you to love it. Look at what it took for Doja to blow up, making the worst song possible to get attention. It is totally believable to think Doja just did whatever she could to make some money and be set for life. This is metaphorically what people refer to as selling their soul, but Doja was doing more than metaphors. She showed off a new tattoo of a scaled animal figure crossbred with female attributes. The photo went viral on social media.
I like her new tattoo. That one's kind of weird, but I do like her.
One fan expressed
it's like she has one in here and her back. I like those tattoos. Those are cool. But I like dark tattoos.
Doja replied, "Whatever helps you sleep at night." She'd post another
tattoo,
I like that.
I like
an
that
antelope
well.
skull on her wrist. Then she would tattoo a bat skeleton on her back. The allegations regarding her being indoctrinated
the bat skeleton's
into the
tough as shit.
Or practicing demonic worship only increased as time went on. Her Instagram became filled with cryptic messages and spooky videos to roll out her album. She posted very unflattering photos of herself. Her album was called Scarlet. She posted what people thought was the album cover, which consisted of her drenched in blood with a stripped-down Freemason symbol. She also announced a multi-city tour, which people called a devil worship show. She'd post videos of herself crawling in the shadows, photo shoots where she was drenched in blood, and
as somebody who lives with somebody who went to this show, apparently, you know, it was some crazy good. It was good. That's insane that she did do that. The Sam Hyde shit. That's how I know she's deep into the internet.
The image of Hyde brandishing a rifle
she's
on
deep in
Doja's
this
t-shirt
shit.
is a common meme on social media following mass shootings. Her song "Paint the Town Red" was her leaning more into this overtly demonic art style. The song topped the charts in 19 countries. It became Doja's second single and first as a solo artist.
And, you know, I don't know. Sorry for pausing, but it's you go into this. It's the same shit. It's like, bro, you know, she's doing it because she knows you're gonna talk about it. Like, of course. I mean, even, you know, right here in this video, you know, we're talking about it. you know, it gives her publicity. You know, even if you hate it and stuff, it's gonna bring people, and then something might bring some people that are like, oh damn, I like this. The song is a good song, and she's using the imagery of that. It's just the same as Tyler was doing it. Yay, doing it with the black skinheads. Actually, still, you know, bringing that back recently at the rave with his black, you know, the black KKK hat. You know, people are doing it's. Shock value has always been a thing in music when it comes, especially rap. Like, it's been a thing since the 90s, like, you know, with horrorcore and stuff like that, you know, fucking ICP and shit like that, and then Eminem. It's like, bro, Gravediggers, it's like, come on, like, you know, I don't know. It's like, some people just, it's just like, yeah, I get it, you know, if you're religious, it's like, you know, but it's like, not everything is like, oh my God, they're Satanists, they believe in the devil. It's like, bro, they're doing it because they know you're going to talk about it. And that's it.
To top the Billboard Hot 100. Paint the Town Red made history by becoming the first solo female rap song in Spotify history to top the platform's global and US top 50 charts, and the fastest solo female rap song to amass 100 million streams. Turns out devil imagery is still an effective marketing strategy. If the signs weren't obvious enough though, Doja began teasing a promotional single titled Demons. In promotional photos uploaded to Instagram, Doja can be seen dressed up as a demon. The music video further cemented Doja's transformation from the quirky girl in a cow suit to something straight out of a horror film. Some people are praising Doja, that she is finally being herself. She's finally free of all the expectations of the music industry and doesn't have to live up to unattainable beauty standards.
But I do agree.
Is mocking the people who think an artist has to sell their soul to make it into the industry.
And I agree.
Remember,
I agree as well.
She's an expert internet troll, crawling out from the deepest depths of 4chan. She knows all of this imagery will cause controversy. She knows she will get news coverage and have outraged parents calling for her music and concerts to be banned. She knows there will be conspiracy theories regardless, so she could be ironically presenting herself as a devil worshipper to make people think she has gone insane. Is this an extremely corny and overused art style for artists?
Yes.
Yes. Is it actually an Illuminati psyop?
No.
Maybe. Did it work?
I don't think so.
Not really. Doja's fourth studio album, Scarlet, debuted at number 4 on the Hot 200, moving 72,000 album equivalent units. In comparison, Planet Her debuted at number 2 and sold 109,000 units.
It did hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it did hurt.
To be the highest selling female pop star in the world, Doja potentially scared her audience away.
All right, so that's definitely gonna do it. I think, yeah, it's like, what I'll say is this. I definitely think, I'm very, be you, be yourself, be who you are, be happy, and you're gonna grow as a person. You're gonna grow as a creator, an artist, anything. You're gonna grow as you're yourself. So it's like, when I see, like I said, if she wants to do something new and try it, I get it, and I am on also the side of she's just doing it as a troll. She's an internet troll. She knows how it works, and she knows how to do it. Personally, me, I wouldn't do nothing like that because it's like that's not my scenery. But we see it literally every single fucking day with people doing stupid bullshit, pranks, and like really dumb stuff to go ahead and blow up. I mean, like literally some top people are even like that. So it's like, when we think about it, it's like, are we really surprised that somebody who's like so into the internet culture that's just in a different format, of media, would also do that? No, I'm not surprised at all. It's like, I've been around for a while, and it's like I've seen the internet. I was on fucking YouTube when it first came out. I'm an old ass nigga, like at this point. I was here when I've seen YouTube evolve over the years, so it's like I know how this shit has worked and how it's been working for almost 2 decades now. So it's like, yeah, if she's using the internet to her advantage, and it works. It like I said, it definitely didn't work in her album sales because it's like, 72,000, and going from 109 to 72 is a drop. But realistically, it's like, I feel like a lot of people this year weren't, at least hip hop wise, I'll say, because I'm not going to speak on other like genres. Hip hop wise, like, weren't doing that well. I think it's really just been Travis, Drake, Nicki. I think she just had like 200K. I think they just released that. Probably Eminem with that Marshall Mathers thing. I don't know if he did good or not. I don't think that many people really hit over 100K this year. Most people were pretty low. Even like pretty big artists were still pretty low. So, and I think 72,000 is better than most people have been doing on their first week. I think Rod Wave did really well this year as well. I think Rod Wave did really well. So I mean, realistically, it's like, 72K is still decent. She can still come back from it. She could still grow from it. And I think you should do better. I do think, you know, she does let her emotions get to her. Realistically, I'm not going to like pretend that. She definitely lets her emotions get to her. She goes on rants and stuff and, you know, gets that. She goes the Kanye route where she goes on rants on live and, you know, it just doesn't end well. And, you know, it pisses people off. But like I said, it gets her talked about in it. But the music's good. She's going to have fans regardless and all that. And she'll probably still be fine. But, you know, that is what it is. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. Get out of here.